Don't forget to sign up for a free 30-day trial of Audible using the link in the description box. Hello, my name is Sean Shokunbi, and I am the creator of the Leading Like a Lady series. Welcome so much to this program. This is going to be an 8-week program leading you to define what does leadership really look like objectively and for you, and then what are the tools, resources, and community that you need available in order to make your leadership goals come true. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel to make sure you get the notifications every time a new video is up. Also, make sure you used our sign-up sheet on our website, which will be shown below, in order to get the emails as well with any updated materials that you need and resources that you need to follow along with this program. All right, so let's get into the video. That brings me into this whole conversation about the patriarchy, right? And this is again why the series is called Leading Like a Lady, because we're trying to cut through that narrative or move against that narrative that acting like a man, quote unquote, in the way that society sees acting like a man to be is the way to get to the top, right? And so what is patriarchy? Do you know what the word means? Well, I'll put the definition up on the screen. But in essence, what it means is it's a world ruled through the lens of men. And that means that whatever men, during the time and period that they are reigning, decide is right, and what they decide is wrong is what everyone else has to agree to, right? History just shows that over time, that definition has unfortunately been a very, not masochist, but just eat or be eaten kind of, or eye for an eye kind of mindset. And I don't even think that that's necessarily true, because listen, if it was always a dog-eat-dog kind of competition with men, then there would not be many of them at the top. A lot of them would have been destroyed, left to the side. So I think even amongst men, with this patriarchal mindset, there's also a sense of, but we're looking out for each other and we're watching out and making sure that we all agree that we can all play in this sandbox. Just make sure that other people can get in so that the competition is significantly reduced, right? But at the end of the day, don't kill too many of us because we still collectively want to own the power over the others, including women, especially including women of color, especially including Black and African women. With Kamala and her role as Attorney General, when people see that, or I can at least speak for myself, it clearly seems that Kamala is sacrificing her power, her superpower as a woman, for the sake of getting positions like the first Black woman Attorney General of California, all the way up to the first woman ever, point blank period, but then also first Black woman, first Asian woman as number 2 in the White House. I just want you to pause right there for a second and then just reflect on those thoughts, for yourself. What does that bring up in your mind and in your heart? Where are you in terms of this continuum of sacrificing power in order to get higher in your positioning in the world? So in sum, I want you to keep your knowledge and understanding of what being a leader is fluid. Just for now, we're obviously going to need to get to a more objective and concrete definition of what leadership looks like, and we're going to do that throughout this series. But for now, based on the conversation that we've had about patriarchy, the conversation that we've had about who gets to make the definition of what a leader is, and then also what is this role of sacrificing positions and power have to do with all of this, keep that all in mind as we're trying to work through that definition. Which leads me to our first homework assignment. Now, homework assignment doesn't mean that you need to submit this to me via email and make sure that you get a passing mark in order to continue with the course, not at all. However, it will help you to get more and more qualified for the opportunity at the end of this program, which is to win a loan of between $100 to $500 US for whatever your business or political pursuits are in leadership. All right. So our first homework assignment is I'm going to give a list of names of women. I'll give it down below in the description box, and this will also come in an email. So again, if you are not subscribed to the email list, you have to make sure that you are, because if you're not getting any of these updates, and you also won't know when we announce that applications are open for the loan opportunity. So please make sure that you visit itsshonshokunbi.com/leading to sign up for our email list, and also to sign up, of course, for this program so that you can get the content right to your email. Our homework assignment for today. What I'm asking you is to look at the list of women that were first in their fields. And this list ranges from women who are from the African continent, which we should get into a little bit more deeper soon. But it includes women from the African continent, and it includes women from the African diaspora. So as you're looking at this list of women who were first in their field, I want you to go through that checklist that we brought up a couple of times in this conversation. What do you think made them to become first? Was it their access to money? And by money, I mean access to money before they became successful or before they became first in their field? Was it access to specific networks or, political clout that they had? Or was it their integrity? Maybe without any of those things, without money, tools, or any resources, or even people behind them, backing them or supporting them, they somehow found a way with their integrity in place to rise to the higher echelons of positions of power. So the list of names will be available in your email that's coming to you right when this video premieres. So you can look through the list, maybe select a couple that you really want to focus in on. But I would strongly encourage you to go through the entire list, because it's just a quick reading their background, and you'll have some links to their biographies and some articles that I found during my research that I think will help point you in the right direction. But I'm not trying to be biased or sway you in any way. I want you to make the decision on your own. But you will get links to articles about them, and also official biographies about them that you can read and assess, so you don't have to do too much digging, and then just do a quick checklist. Was it money? Was it their proximity to people who are also in positions of power? Or was it their strong will and their integrity that led them to the top? And then do a count of how many people fell into either category, and then just reflect and meditate on that. What seems to be the tool or the resource that most women have to lean on or feel that they need to lean on in order to rise to the top? And do you think that changes your definition of what leadership looks like? Another question that you might want to ask yourself is, does it feed into the narrative of patriarchy that we talked about earlier? When you look at these women in history, does it seem like many of them are falling in line step with what men want them to do, or are they doing what they truly want to do and know is the best thing to do? Let's ask ourselves if money is even the goal, period. Maybe we do get the money and the resources that we need to rise to the top, but what does rising to the top and success at the top always have to be measured financially? Think about the legacy that you want to leave behind based on the legacy of these women in history that you're looking into. And then we'll come back next week and we'll discuss further about where we're going on this leadership journey. Things that would make us probably more successful as leaders is our ability to care and nurture for others, or to empathize with others. This motherly tendency that's, to be honest, it is instinctual, because women biologically are designed to give birth, right? And when we give birth to our children, we should have a nurturing feeling. Otherwise, the child will not be taken care of. The child will, God forbid, die. And so those are traits that women often bring to the table, or people would hope would bring to the table, in order to resolve some of the ills that exist in our world, right? Like poverty, like hunger, like people who are dealing with mental illness or depression, people who are disenfranchised, people whose rights are often stripped away for no reason other than the color of their skin, or who they happen to be born from, or where they happen to live. She was a former attorney general and again, another first. she was many first in her career. And she was the first Attorney General of the state of California. The state of California in the United States is on the West Coast, and it's known to be pretty liberal, although there are parts of it that are very conservative, and by conservative I mean more leading to a political party that is known for disenfranchising people and for not really caring much about people's rights. And so she was Attorney General of that state, and people hoped that she would use that position of power as a Black woman to really make decisions and err on the side of people who are oppressed. And a lot of times that is people from the Black African community in America. She happened to incarcerate or put in jail many people of color, specifically Black men. And with Stacey Abrams' quote, again, Stacey Abrams, the former candidate running on the Democratic ticket for governor of Georgia. Georgia historically being a very, again, conservative, aka Republican, aka state that errs on the side of people who disenfranchise others. The Stacey Abrams in her TED Talk said that, you know, this fatigue that we have of striving so hard to be the person at the top oftentimes is at the detriment of our integrity and our authenticity, right? And so for many people who are honored and very moved by, including me, moved by Kamala Harris's move up to the top, we're also concerned that it tells us or communicates to us that we have to sacrifice our real power, our real superpower, which is again our natural caring, nurturing, and understanding capabilities, to adopt some of the tendencies of a system that relies on people acting the way men should act. Thank you so much for being a part of my Leading Like a Lady series. If you're not already signed up, please make sure you visit the link that's in the description box below and sign up as soon as possible to continue to get updates on content that include blog posts, videos, podcast episodes, and a reading list to ensure that you're able to meet your business and political goals in leadership. And don't forget to subscribe to my blog, itshownshokunbi.com, as well as this channel.